and as usual, in the very end, I figured out it was a wire from this wires. This the yellow wire that it was instead of this yellow wire that I'm holding in my hand. It was this yellow wire here. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I've measured it with a diode meter to see if it's interrupting somewhere somehow. But instead, what I've noticed it was a change in resistivity. Probably, I'm not sure what or the voltage, because that diode mode of the voltmeter of the multimeter, when you set it to diode mode, is actually checking the voltage and it's 600 millivolts per diode. But here, and if it's 0 volts per wire is interrupted or something. And here it was having like 10 millivolts or 10 ohms probably, and it was moving. When I was moving the wire, it was changing the resistivity very slightly, and I'm not sure what is going on, but this particular wire that I was having there, it was creating some interruptions, a lot of them. And now when I change this with this another yellow, still yellow wire, but with another one brand new, it's not doing anything anymore. So that was a very shitty error. Now, what I did right now, I actually build it here, make abstraction of what is there, because that is not connected absolutely to anything. It's just powered by themselves like that. The circuit is nothing there. But here in this part, originally I made this breadboard circuit to check the 0. So as you can see, I'm starting with 1 and finishing with 15, and when is resetting to 0, right? So this is the 0 reset that I made on the breadboard initially. And then I made this cardboard. Actually, this 15 board doesn't need a transistor, so I took out its transistor that was there doing absolutely nothing and mounted it on the 0 board, which is this one. And I've also put a red LED. Weird. It's a 8 or 10 millimeters LED. Are these ones very big? But that one I just I cut out its enormous head that it's having, and that's why it's looking like that. But it's one of those. Very sensitive LEDs. These red ones are. The batch that I have here, they are extremely sensitive to reverse currents, to spikes, stuff like that. I was testing them in other circuits, and I burned quite a few of them, and unfortunately, and they are very sensitive to very slight voltage. If it's too much, it's burning very quickly. They are very fragile. Hopefully, this will not be the case here. I hope, and it is working in tandem in parallel with that one, because I've pretty much I put everything in parallel, and there this white wire is the positive that is coming there, and here I've set it to count to 4, I suppose. And let's count to 2. So it's doing, and if it's counting to 2, no, that's counting to 8. My bad. That's counting to 8. So when all 3 are lit, it means 7, and then next is 0, which is 8, and they are lighting. And that one is on or off. Now is on, and when all 3, 1, 2, 3, and now reset. All right. And now let's count to 2, which is very quick. No, this is 4 again. Yes, this is 2. So they are pretty much doing on off. When that LED is off, these are on, and on, these are off. But this is toggling, on off, on off, on off, on off, for So yes, pretty cool. This is the clock bleeping, and yeah, it's working absolutely fine. I've tested the counting here with this entire board as well, and as much as I set it to count 2, it is lighting until that number here. So that's good news. I actually had some errors, and that's how I managed to figure out this was the wire that was doing some very nasty business. I hope not all of them, but very weird, because I checked the wire with a continuity meter and it is fine. And here in this circuit is absolutely fine again. In this, I put it to ground right now. Very strange. It had some capacitance, some inductivity stuff that is way beyond my understanding. Hardcore electronics, that is. But when I was touching specifically this wire, when it was connected on the board there, when I was touching it and putting my hand on it and plug it out and plug it in again, and at certain bends, when I was bending it like this, it's like that, like this. When I was bending it like this, it was the entire circuit was behaving normally, but then it was having some errors, very strange errors, like it wasn't connected, pretty much, Very strange. I had a ton of problems, especially with the breadboards, because it's not really recommended to test on breadboards, but it's good enough. I mean, I managed so far, but very slowly, extremely slowly. So this is it for this part, because I wanted to present to you this reset to 0 board that I made, also that circuit on the breadboard, and they are both working absolutely fantastic good, and I'm happy about it. And next I will have to figure out how to place it there in the beginning. And here I shorten it. This board, it was a bit more larger like those one, and I shorten it. And of course another set of problems, but probably it was from that wires. Very strange, very strange, but it works. All right, so I think I finished the entire board, the entire logic, the entire binary to decimal board, all 16, 15 here, but this is 0, and I forget to numerotate it, but I will. But it is very distinct color, red. Actually, in reality, is better than in the video, I guess. In the video is I don't like it how is. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's better, a little bit better in reality. These two, the reds, this guy and this guy, are in parallel. I make exception from those guys there because just chilling there. Yes, this is the actual circuit here, a little bit there, and some wires and here. And this is set to 8 actually, 7, but you must keep in mind that it's counting from 0, 1, 2, 3 to 7. So there are 8. On the 8 is resetting to 0, and it's starting again, 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Instead of letting the 8, is letting the 0, which is the reset. And it's absolutely freaking awesome, and I'm very happy that, yeah, I did it. All from discrete components. And yeah, let's change a little bit the step here. So this is counting to 8. If I'm counting 2 from here, I guess this is 2, 1, 2. So it's 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, but it's counting 2 times. And let's see. I believe this is 4. Yeah, I get this error sometimes, or not. Wait. This is 1 second. Yeah, it should be, no, it's, see, it should be to 4 here, but it's not working for some reason for to 4. But it should. I mean, I'm still having some wires problem here that are not really. Let's see. Come on, you bastard. It did work. Oh, motherfucker. Why don't you work for the 4th? Let's see, maybe with another wire? B and C. I want the C one. Nothing, motherfucker. I have some problems on these wires. I don't know exactly what is the problem, but I have some problem. I want to believe it's an interruption somewhere, but I don't know. This is counting to 1 right now, and there's only this guy letting up. This is counting to, let's see, to the second one there. To here, so this is counting to 2, and this is counting to 4. That it didn't work previously, but now it does because some wire problems. So it's actually counting to 3 here, but it's resetting on the 4th. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's or 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. You know, is equal to 4, and that this flip-flop LED is lighting accordingly. It's very good. Yes. Until next time, until I will find out what is the matter with one of these wires, because and I just wave around them and it didn't work. So you see, there it is sometimes. Come on, fucker, motherfucker, come on, don't fuck around. Yeah, it's very probably something is touching somewhere or is actually interrupted. I don't know. Probably it's some misery wires, fucked up wires somewhere. I really don't know. But imagine how I build everything until now with these fucked up wires that sometimes are working, sometimes are not working. So yeah. I should invest in some very good wires and good connections as well. Probably I use them too much or too forcefully, I don't know. Or they are just, because of all this wiring here, that's the biggest problem that I'm afraid of actually. Maybe is interfering somehow and creating a new error, new kind of error. I hope it's not one of those diodes because I will die. But so far so good. I mean, in the moment I'm changing, I'm touching the wires a little bit, it's starting to work or not. And yeah, let's count to 16. Actually, I can do a trick here. Is overriding every wire that I have there, and it's counting directly to 16 to 15, 16 or 15. Let's see. 16 to 16. So that's overriding and is leading up to 15, which and then is resetting to 0. So this is 16. This is a kind of a trick, but also I will use it in the final case when I will make a case for everything. I will still I will have to choose the permutations. I will probably use the same trick that I'm using right now, but for the rest from 1 to 15 it must be set on the positive here, and of course it doesn't work anymore because some fucking wires somewhere. Yep, now it's working. It's set to 4, right? So let's set it to 8 somewhere there. Yep, and 7 is stopping at 7. Good. And let's put all the wires here and make it work until 15 actually. And you will have to wait until I will make it work, until I will make all the connections here, because it's not very easy, but it's possible. If I'm saying right, I don't know which is this one. Let's see, this is 10 or something, huh? 11, right? Those 3, and the last one, this should go. Yep, should go until 14. It's coming, and on 15 is not lighting. And yep, I have an error. Yeah, some fucking wires. It's only the wires. That's the problem that I have. Come on. Yeah, I didn't have these problems, motherfucker. And a wire got out from its position there. We're touching. So yeah, it's lighting very shitty. I don't like how weak these LEDs are, but yeah, it's their time to shine, you know. It's a retro. Ai, bele, заемете с тия футен пизда. Ai, mata с тия фут. Yeah, good. So yes, yeah, a little bit of errors. What is life without errors, right? It's not fun, but it's working, and it is from the wires. And when I will make the connections, the proper connections, I will not have this problem. Hopefully, we will see. We will see. Thank you very much for watching until here. And my point here, the story, the conclusion of all of this is that it is possible to make it from discrete, very discrete components. I will actually receive an integrated circuit that will make all of this by itself, and it will be a smaller package. But it's interesting that I did it. Is that I make it, you know, it was a challenge, very hard challenge, but I did it. Mission accomplished. All right, at this point in time, after probably more than 1 week of working almost constantly on this board project, whatever, because it's having multiple boards, I can call it kind of well, finished, because it is working properly finally, without any interruptions from the wires. I had some interruptions here, and I was thinking some very weird phenomenon, because the wire wasn't interrupted at any in any way possible. So even if I changed the wire, the behavior remained. And when I was doing, like I said, I was pinching the wire and I was holding it in my hand, it was working normally. But if I was releasing it and rebend it other way, it was having a very erroneous behavior. And what I did, the most pertinent, the most logic thing, was to change another couple of diodes from the entire board and replace them with my trusty, very trusty 1N 4148 diodes. Actually, I have them here for this label, for 4148s. At this point, I've also repaired the luminosity problem that I was having on 6 and on 7. As you can see, they are properly lit as the rest of them, because I've inserted, instead of 10 kilo here directly on the LED, and here as well, instead of 10 kilo I put 4.7 kilo. I hope you can read 4K7, it says there, and also there. And pretty much this was it. It didn't give me any errors. Right now it's counting actually to 16 because it is in a special mode here. Let me slow it down actually a little bit, like that, because I've noticed filming the video is having a certain frame rate, and when I'm speeding up the video, that frame rate is cut off some parts of the frames, and some LEDs appear not lighting, but in reality they are. So it's better to have a little bit slower movement speed of the LEDs, that in the movie will not appear that they are cut. Very weird, but it is like that. And I had to debug a lot of stuff. This was extremely hard, but I'm very happy that I finished it. Right now I can call it finished, because it is, I hope in the near future it will not reignite some other weird errors. I really hope so. But at this point, for all my testing, all my touching is not any sensitive as it was before. When I was touching it, it was trembling, it was switching between error and normal behavior, but right now it's just straight good. Let me switch from 16, because this is a special setting that I have here, to, this is for 15, 1 to 15 actually, and this will reach 14, and on 15 it will reset back. And let's play a little bit with the counting actually. I don't know how to film everything. I hope like this probably, and you'll see my big hand there. And let me speed it up. So now if I took out this wire from the counting, it is counting to, which one, 11. So 10 and at 11 is resetting, and is those wires there. I don't know which one I took out, and I'm taking out another one, and right now it's counting to 9, reaching 8, and on 9 is resetting. And I have those 2 wires there, which is I recognize the number they are making. And also on binary, the last LED is lit and then is resetting. And now to 8, I took out, no, I took out the wrong one. I leave only the 1, and it's not doing anything. I should have took out this one. Okay, so now is counting to 7, but is resetting on the 8. So 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and so on. So this is working absolutely very good. I like it. Let's count to probably 2. No, this is 4, I think. I don't know. That's the problem. That doesn't matter what pins I put here. I have to change it from the chip itself. So let me take out this guy. Actually, I should take out everything and deal with only 1 wire. And I think this is either 4 or 2. 4. It's 4. All right. So it's on 3, reaching 3, As you can see, nothing else is leaking, absolutely no errors, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So on 3 is reaching 3, and on 4 is resetting, and so on. On this will be 2. So this is 2. Also, again, absolutely no problem, no other errors, other LEDs leaking. Sometimes I was having this problem. I was having errors, but other times it was running absolutely perfectly. And I had to solve these backdoor problems that they were bugging me a lot, and I didn't. I really wished to have a clean, without errors, without any kind of errors, board or device, whatever it is. And it is right now that device that I envisioned and that I really wished for. All right, pretty much this is it. I mean, I don't have to change anything. Blinking LEDs, right? Let me slow it down, up like this. Actually, we can do it very fast, like that, super fast, or super slow. Yeah, we can actually. Let me put everything back and show you the fast speed, because it's nice. And I hope I am connecting the right pins there, because I see something, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing everything. And the last one here, yeah, it's a little bit, but yeah, it's good. All right, so now it's counting to 15. Let's switch back to 16, because it's a special arrangement here. Now it's including 15 there, and now let's speed it up like that. And let me close this. Yes, at very high speed, this is actually the maximum, and at very high speed, their intensity is dimmed quite much. I can see the camera is actually seeing some kind of fluctuation, but my eye doesn't see any fluctuation. But the LEDs themselves, they are considerably dimmed down right now, and they are not so bright as you see. They are very bright. Well, very bright, not that bright, not that bright, because these are very old style LEDs. And they are quite shitty, to be absolutely honest. This is a new LED, the first one, the red one, but the rest are just there. And it's good that I find a project for them. Pretty much this is it. This is what I wanted to show you. Let me bring it up. Yeah, very fast here. And it is working as I wanted. I'm really happy about it. Thank you very much. And I suppose you suffered along with my suffering here, because it wasn't fun, it wasn't pleasant, it was a struggle. And because of those weird diodes that I had, and I had to give up on them, to change them, and I didn't want to change them at all. I really want them used, but I couldn't. In the end, I had to. But I left a couple of them, not many, not that many here in the back. But on the other side, well, numbers they are completely changed with more normal and more good ones. Yeah. This is it. Thank you very much. We will continue this project with the next phase, because this was a phase and a sub project, and it will contribute to the bigger project. And later, in 1 or 2 months, probably, I'm not sure how much it will take, but if it will come with a fast delivery system, it will be very soon. I hope not, but that's the case here in Romania, here in my town at least, because every postage is dependent on its town, and they have their own rules. And I will receive a chip that will make exactly all this stuff, that everything is built from discrete, but integrated in a single chip, and I will have to add some resistors, LEDs to that chip pins. But pretty much it will do exactly what this is doing here, and at a very small scale. But until then, and probably even after I will receive those chips, I will still probably use this board, component, and we will see. I'm very happy that I finished it. It was hard. It was very hard. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now. Bye bye. See you later, alligator.